Hello everybody, Ryan here, or MandRproductions, and today I'm reviewing a LEGO Star Wars set from 1999. In fact, it's like the first set, or really one of the first sets. It's got the first set number chronologically. It's set number 7101. Its official name is Lightsaber Duel, which is a pretty dumbed down name by today. Like if this set was released in 2020, it would probably be called Duel on Tatooine or Darth Maul vs. Qui-Gon Jinn, something like that. Like it would have a little bit more of a spiced up name. It's recommended for ages 6 to 10 and includes just 50 pieces. Now, when this set was released in 1999 as part of the original wave of LEGO Star Wars sets, it actually cost just $6, and adjusted for inflation, that's just a bit under $10 today. You can basically look at this as the microfighter of 1999, and I will say if you guys want one of these today, sealed in the box on eBay, you're going to be looking at about $35. So these did get up a little bit in price, you know, obviously a little bit expensive, 35 bucks, not cheap for something that's only 50 pieces, but still a pretty cool set. The box art features Qui-Gon Jinn and Darth Maul dueling right there, and Darth Maul is on his speeder, Qui-Gon Jinn on the ground, and then you have the moisture vaporator off to the right there, which is actually pretty small and in the background, although it's actually the biggest thing in this set, interestingly enough. And the top right, you have the old OG LEGO Star Wars logo. There's a lot of text on this box. The top side of the box is going to say instructions included for main model, because on the back there's actually a secondary model. Parts made in Denmark, Switzerland, and the USA, so nothing made in China back in 1999 for LEGO Star Wars. Side of the box, more text. Other side of the box actually has a pretty cool image of the characters just kind of in a room there. Bottom of the box is going to be a lot more text with copyrights and such. The back side of the box is where I think most of us are going to find the most interesting stuff other than the front of the box, and that's got the broken down model, and then it shows that you can rebuild it into this kind of hover tank, hovercraft type of vehicle speeder thing for Qui-Gon Jinn to ride around on. And I also kind of want to note, on the 1999 box arts, I don't know if it's just me or if this is actually a thing, but if you look at all the Qui-Gon Jinns in the images, the hair on top looks smooth, but the actual Qui-Gon Jinn included in the set, the final version, included a hairpiece that was textured. I just thought that was something worth noting that I noticed on these boxes, that the hair is smooth, but the actual hair that you get is textured. Not that the textured hair is bad, I just noticed it. Okay, let's look at the minifigs. The year is 1999, so we've yet to see flesh skin tones introduced for LEGO minifigures, and it's actually something that makes these earlier LEGO Star Wars sets have quite a nice charm to them. Despite the rudimentary design of the set, which we'll get into later, the figures have this very nice charm to them because of the yellow skin tones. It just harkens back to such a simple time, it feels like. Anyway, you have the normal Jedi robe torso print, very, very simple. No printing on the arms, no printing on the legs. Of note, this is also the old brown color. It's not reddish brown. It's just regular brown because that hadn't been introduced yet either. You also have the older green lightsaber color, and then also I think a lot cooler for a lot of people is going to be the fact that you have the chrome lightsaber hilt. Now the reason the chrome lightsaber hilts aren't really around anymore, I think, is because they chipped a lot, so over time they would really wear down and look very bad after sometimes even your first use of them. I've had them chip right out of the box. So these chrome lightsaber hilts, while they look beautiful out of the box, over time really degenerate. Now, Qui-Gon Jinn's hairpiece does have some very nice texturing to it, especially for 1999. It feels like just a very beautiful hairpiece. The double-sided face thing did not exist at all in 1999. And he actually has a very good face print as well. Nice little beard going on there with his mustache. His eyebrows nicely posed up there. So, good figure overall for 1999. No real complaints about this guy. And of course, the apprentice of Palpatine at the time, Darth Maul here, is a beautiful figure as well. So beautiful, in fact. I mean, the face print's a little bit different today, but the face print, for the most part, has stayed very similar to what they had back in 1999 here. They also didn't have the yellow skin tone for Darth Maul. They just used black, which is good. Like, that would have looked weird in yellow, and it would have been unnecessary. So that's a good thing. They stuck with black. It's very accurate. Obviously more accurate than the yellow on Qui-Gon Jinn. He wears a hood because they didn't have the horn piece at the time, and I think he keeps the hood on the whole time in that scene in episode 1 anyway, so it's kind of irrelevant, but his face looks very beautiful. They actually got some yellow in there on the pupils, which is great for 1999. You got multiple colors on that face print. Looks absolutely amazing. He also has the chrome lightsaber hilt with the red lightsaber, just as Qui-Gon Jinn has with his chrome lightsaber hilt, so they can go back and forth. They got the old harder cape material here, no back printing. and just a simple torso print with Sith robes, not Jedi robes, although they don't look too much different. Anyway, let's take a look at the set. As far as actual physical builds, the set includes Darth Maul's speeder here, which is made of just 7 pieces, and then it actually also includes a moisture vaporator, which is much larger than Darth Maul's speeder. Both of them actually have the same color scheme, which is kind of interesting, with tan, gray, and brown being the predominant colors. There's a little bit of light gray mixed into the moisture vaporator, but other than that, I mean, these are thematically very similar. As far as the vaporator goes, you have some antennas kind of flanking it on the outside, and then you actually have the physical thing here with like some knobs or maybe faucets on there. I mean, it's nothing super detailed or even that interesting for scenery. It feels like a throw-in. It really screams 1999 as far as design goes, and I'll remind you that these are the old gray and brown colors, so if they look a little bit weird, that is why LEGO introduced new light bluish gray, dark bluish gray, and reddish brown colors back in the mid-2000s, so that's something that looks a little bit different with these sets. But the speeder itself is going to be the one that you can really interact with. You can take Darth Maul, you can have him put into a seated position, and you're actually going to have to bend his cape back, and since it is a hard cape, it actually is going to hold its position wherever you do bend it into, so you can get him to sit down on the 4 studs there. We'll bend his hand in just like that. Pretty simple process, and just like that, Darth Maul is looking pretty awesome on there, to be honest. I will say I'm not a fan of how much the cape has to bend up to get up and around that. Yeah, I don't like that. I must say, I do not like that. I mean, it's a simple little build. This is one I've always wanted to have personally, so it's kind of cute with just 7 pieces plus the minifigure there. And then for Qui-Gon Jinn, really all you can do with Qui-Gon Jinn is have him stand around and fall down like that because he gets run over by the speeder. Watch. Boom, just like that. I mean, there's not too much to this set. I mean, I think that's pretty obvious. It's pretty simple, pretty small. The speeder doesn't have any spring-loaded shooters, missiles, flick fire, stud shooter things. You name whatever, it didn't exist in 1999, and it really shows with how simple this set is. I mean, I think a lot of people look back on this set with rose-tinted goggles, and I must say this is not that great. And I think a lot of the 1999 sets are going to fall in that category. Like, you look back on them, and yeah, maybe they were okay for the time, but by today's standards, they're just not that great. I don't want to harp on this set for too long because I understand that it was built in a time where it was hard to make things look much better than we got, so I understand there were constraints to that, but considering everything awesome that we have today, it's hard to look at a set like this through the lens of what it would have been like at the turn of the millennium and enjoy this set for what it is. Let me know what you guys think about this set in the comment section below. I think it's a decent set for 1999. It's obviously very lacking feature-wise, but it's still a good minifig pack and a good way to get a couple of the main characters from episode 1 for really super cheap. Leave a like on this video if you guys enjoyed, and you can check out my other LEGO Star Wars 1999 set reviews. I'll have the playlist on the end card right now.